To me, history isn't just a thought or a word or a dead idea, it's what you make it.
Headlining NWA 70, the 70th anniversary of the National Wrestling Alliance, on pay-per-view, it's probably the most important day of my career.
Right now, on behalf of the After Chat podcast, Wrestler of the Year award.
Who is it?
Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare.
Say it as Cookie.
Well, the male wrestler of the year, he is the... Wait, let me do this. He's currently the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, if you will.
Absolutely.
As big a fan as I am of you and your family, I shed tears watching you win this at All In, man.
Thank you very, very much.
That was amazing.
It was a fun night, man.
A feeling of like a dream. It is. You are almost watching yourself. And
Following contest is scheduled for what's called and it is for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
at that moment, I was, for the first time in my life, I was everything that the 15-year-old Nick Aldis envisioned himself to be. It was everything I pictured in my mind's eye. The audience, the arena, the moment, the feeling. It was a big night, and everything was right except the result.
It was the most surreal moment. That's the first time in my life that I've cried during a segment and genuinely felt so much emotion. It felt like everything was right in the world.
Walking up that ramp, it was a sadness that came over me, knowing that I had held up my end of the deal every step of the way. For some reason, I'm painted as the bad guy. Somehow I'm the villain in this situation.
I think the NWA 70 show is perhaps maybe environment-wise neutral. No doubt, All In was a home game for me, no doubt.
I've been very gracious up to this point. I've allowed Cody to have his moment, but if we're calling a spade, I was unfairly treated in that situation. What I didn't deserve as the world's champion and as the man who single-handedly brought the NWA World's Championship back to prominence, not relevance, prominence, to have a referee who I love dearly and have a great amount of respect for miscategorize a calling off of the match when it should have been a count-out situation. He made that call, the match didn't end.
I'm not worried about what Nick thinks about it. I'm more worried about Nick across the ring from me October 21st versus his strange opinions about technicalities on the match in Chicago and how things could have been different.
Then we get to Brandy Rhodes. Again, a woman I hold a great amount of respect for. But Cody used his wife as a human shield. Not exactly what I would call the most chivalrous way to become the world's heavyweight champion.
I crawled in the ring during that match because I was genuinely concerned. My husband was bleeding from his head. He was holding my hands and I was looking him in the eyes and I could see that he wasn't fully there. And when you see someone that you care that much about in such a state of, I guess, vulnerability, you'd do anything. I was fine.
Cody was going to be down for more than 3. He would have been down for 33. And then obviously, I've just landed on a woman. I don't put my hands on women. So he again gets a huge break.
And if that meant that he could have an extra 30 seconds to gather himself, to get his bearings back, then I was willing to do that. Now, if Nick had a problem with that, well, I'm just a girl. Nick is maybe raised 3 times as much as me. So I think the complaint is invalid that I had anything to do with the outcome of that match.
Clearly, my mind is now racing. I think I had the match won because it was won. It wasn't, I thought I had it won. I wasn't oh, that was a 3, it's not a 3. No. The match definitively should have been ended twice, and I should have walked out with the World Championship.
Well, this isn't a sport that has instant replay. This is professional wrestling. There's nothing you can do. You can't go back. It's about what you've done for me lately, and as my mother will tell you, you're only as good as your last match. And in our last match, you lost. Whoa! How are you? You okay? Nice to see you. Yeah.
I just wanted to come and say how proud I am.
Thank you.
You're killing it.
Oh, thank you.
And I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Dad will be so proud.
Thank you.
And I miss you. Good job.
Thank you, sir. Very, very much. You've met Brandon before.
Oh, yeah.
You can see he's got a lot of pride in the fact that he has that championship. It goes everywhere, even overseas. If it has nothing to do with what he's doing, it's still there. So that just shows how important it is to him, how much prestige he takes in it, and how much the responsibility he's fully owned.
When a lot of people were looking down their nose at the NWA, and a lot of people were making sideways remarks about how this was going to work in the modern era, I had faith in this brand and this company. I took a chance. But I took a chance on myself, and the NWA took a chance on me. I defended that title on 4 different continents in 1 year. I am the NWA World Champion. You know why I still walk around and people still call me champ? Because I'm synonymous with that championship belt now in the modern era.
His look at it from this, I'm an NWA company guy, that's kind of an odd outlook, I think. I think the title is being represented the best when in the hands of somebody who's not a company guy, who's somebody that will travel and serves their best interest, because my best interest in this circumstance is also the best interest of the NWA World Championship, the 10 pounds of gold.
Cody is... I have a great respect for Cody, but I think he's disingenuous. I think I'm the authentic NWA in the modern era.
All I ever wanted to be was the traveling champion. This is my opportunity to do it, whether it lasts 10 minutes, 10 days, 10 years. I'm not worried about what Nick thinks about it. I think so many people are excited because they saw what we did, and they saw this is the rematch. You can think of all these hyperbole and cool things to state about it, but just to call it what it is, it's the rematch.
I think in Nashville, there could be some tricks up Nick's sleeve. I don't put it past Nick to not be happy that I'm there, but I wasn't uninvited, so I'm absolutely going to be there. And I don't think of myself as someone who interferes in matches. I'm someone who's there for my husband for whatever he needs.
There is no escape. There is no, well, everyone makes a mistake in one fall. I don't want one fall. I want the best 2 out of 3 falls, and let's see who the real man is, and let's see who the real world champion is.
If you're going to go 2 out of 3 falls, you're kind of guaranteeing that you're going to go some time, likely, unless Who knows? Anything can happen in wrestling, but the longer this goes, the more it's in my favor. He's 238 pounds. I saw him weigh in front of me in Chicago. He's an absolute heavyweight, total powerhouse. After about 10 minutes, I don't think he has enough gas in the tank to cross the finish line. I really don't. To get 2 falls on me, absolutely not. So him braggadocious to me is such a front. It's a front for Nick that he's excited about 2 out of 3 falls. This match doesn't benefit you at all. It just benefits me.
We're at the world famous 2300 Arena tonight for Ring of Honor. I'll keep my comments on Nick Aldis, NWA 70, Nashville, Tennessee. This Sunday, I'm going to keep those comments brief, because I have nothing but respect for Nick Aldis, even though he's run his mouth about officiating issues at All In, or even had the gall to mention my wife and how she got involved in Chicago and how it changed the outcome of the match somehow. I mean, think about it. Here he was, this big old town car, virgin steel, consistent, rock solid, sturdy, pulled up next to me on the freeway thinking, I can win this race. I can do it. And of course you couldn't win that race. Of course you couldn't keep up. You couldn't make it to the finish line. And why are you so upset? I mean, you sing the praises of the National Wrestling Alliance, and here I am, taking it everywhere. Look at the literal title. Look at the 10 pounds of gold. There's a plate that says Australia. I'll be there next month. There's a place that says Canada. I'll be there next month. There's even a plate that says Japan, and I've already taken it there. I've already had it out in the main event for New Japan Pro Wrestling. So the future, it glares on high. It looks awfully bright. How do we do this, right? I'm asking you. How can you pick? Who's better, Nick or Cody? Hell, pick out everybody. Who's the best professional wrestler in the world, and what does it take? Is it the bell to bell? Is it their work rate, the maneuvers they can pull off? Is it their ability to handle a microphone, their interview style, their interview skills? Is it some intangible X factor? I'd say it's none of those things. I'd say it's staying power. And that's what I am. 13 years. I have literally grown up in front of you. Slowly, admittedly, but gradually filled every box and continued to climb. And I am standing here in the prime of my career, at the peak of my career. Again, who is the best professional wrestler in the world? Me. And not Nick Aldis.
Now, despite the fact that I suffered a devastating defeat at the biggest match of my career, and yours, when I walked to the dressing room, I took solace in the fact that I knew that the next day, the headlines would be about how Nick Aldis carried the NWA with pride and dignity on his back, resurrected a championship held by some of the greatest names in our business, resurrected a brand that was on life support, and got screwed by a conspiracy from that little snake, Cody, on his own event with everybody helping him. And instead, what I had to deal with was a celebration, the likes of which we have not seen for many, many years in this business. And I realized something very poignant in that moment, and that these people did not care that you are a liar and a cheat and a scam and a phony. Have you ever had a moment in your life where you get so angry that you become incapable of expressing any kind of emotion? Where something so astonishing happens to you that you just shut down? Because if you have, tell me what that's like. Because it doesn't happen to me. But in my life, you're either winning or you're learning. And I learned a very big lesson on September the 1st. Something I already knew, however, was that it's a bad idea for me to mix business and personal lives. Whereas you don't seem to have any problem with it, which is why you use your wife to your advantage at every opportunity. I don't intend to do that. Like I told you, I keep my personal life and my business life very separate. Which leads me to my next point. In Nashville, at NWA 70, I could have lobbied to have Brandi barred from ringside. I have every right to make that request. She's not a licensed manager, and she's proven time and time again that she's willing to illegally involve herself in championship matches. But I decided what's best for business is to allow Brandi to be there. So instead of eliminating the liability of your lovely wife, I've decided to simply prepare for the liability. Allow me to introduce my insurance policy. And I think you'll find the coverage is extremely effective.